Just heading out to the shop in the morning. Look at this bullshit. Yeah, that's right. We've got some snow. Damn it. It's not going to stick around though, folks. That's not bad. Hey, good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning. I wanted to get this thing painted last night, but it took too long for the primer to set up. And I used to get company on Saturday nights, so I wasn't going to start at 11 o'clock at night. So anyway, I get up this morning, and for whatever reason, I'm just in a bad mood. I don't know if it was the snow on the ground. It's still snowing, by the way, or because I didn't get this painted, or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I was grumpy. So I go to get ready to sand this thing out, and I needed a guide coat, and I was out. So I had to go to Canadian Tire to go get a cheap spray bomb of primer. So there it is. Anyway, I grab a $20 bill out of my stash, and off I go. And grab the can, and it's, $17.99. Okay, didn't do the math in my head, but whatever. So $17.99. I get up to the cash. I drop the $20 bill down, and the girl says that's $20.35. I don't have the 35 cents. So now I'm livid. Jump back in the truck. I leave the can there. Jump back in the truck. Come home. Grab some more money. Go back to the Canadian Tire. Pick up my can of spray paint. $20.35. So that's called the GST. So if you don't live in Canada, it's goods and services tax, 13%. Okay, that's on everything we buy. So you got the carbon tax, you got the property tax, you got income tax, you got the GST. Sewer and water is basically a tax. So it's just crazy. So anyway, if you enjoy getting boned in the ass, come to Canada. Anyway, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to sand this thing out and get it painted and done. So stick around. Let's get to it. All right, so I took my $20.35 can of spray primer and just give it a light mist. That's my guide coat. So when I sand this thing out, it'll help show me any flaws or low spots or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and sand this out, and I suspect it's pretty good. It looks really good to me. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and sand this out, and we're ready to paint. Okay, so I've sanded this all out and washed it all down with wax and grease remover, and put the tack cloth on it all around, front fender as well. So we're ready for paint. So speaking of paint, so here it is. This is a Tricoat. All right, so you've got a let's see, that's ground coat, and this is the pearl, and this is the blend additive. Basically what you put down the ground coat first, then you put down the pearl, then you do your clear, and once the clear is on, especially in the jam area, use this to blend it in, because what it does actually is it kind of melts the old clear in with the new clear, and you might have to buff it a little bit, but it just makes that so it's not all fuzzy looking or blotchy. So yeah, that's what that's for. I haven't used this one before, but the guy at the paint store said a lot of guys are using it and swear by it, so we'll give it a shot. Anyway, I'm going to mix up some ground coat first, and this stuff just mixes 1 to 1, and we'll start blending it in. So should be fun. Yeah. All right, ground coat. So I got my brand new spray gun. It's loaded up with paint, and we're going to blend this in.
Brand new gun that leaks. Son of a bitch. Hey, that's one coat.
Brand new gun leaks like a sieve. Unbelievable. Okay, so that's my first coat. Now, with the second coat of the ground coat, I'm going to come up a little bit past where I did with the first, but I don't want to go too far this way, because if there's a bit of a color difference, and there probably will be, white is one of the toughest ones to match, I'm going to keep these two panels the same. So I'm just going to like kind of just come past the body roll here, the body line. I'm going to come up around, probably might even come up to this line and then back down, and that should blend in okay. Then when I go ahead with the pearl, well, I'm going to go a little bit further again, and so, but the color is looking like it's going to be pretty good. I think we can live with it. All right, second coat of the ground coat. So it's in the early stages here, but I've run into some issues already. On the driver's side quarter, got a couple of runs in the first coat, so I had to wash it down with wax and grease remover, blow it in again, and it's going to take an extra coat on that quarter. And then a little bit of shit got in the bottom of the front fender here. Blew off the paper, the tire cover or whatever. I picked it off, and I think I can blow it in okay. But not a great start, that's for sure. So anyway, I'm going to finish up the guide coat, and then I'll come back when we start laying down some pearl. That's painting, my friends, especially in a garage. Okay, so this is my problem area right in here, and you can still barely see how the paint is thin, so it needs at least another coat, maybe two. But it's smoothing or flattening right out. That's good. So this kind of went from a 6 out of 10 to maybe an 8, and I think it'll be just fine. So I gotta let it flash off in between coats. It's because it's so freaking cool. So I have the heat turned off right now. Can't use forced air furnace when you're painting. It's just gonna blow dust all over the freaking place. So the furnace is off, and you know, my door is open and the fans are going, sucking all the heat out. So it's cool in here. So it's gonna take a little extra time to flash off, but I should be ready for pearl pretty soon. I mean, outside it's only 1 degree, so that's why it's so cool. Anyhow, we'll get her. Okay, so I've got pearl mixed up in the gun, and I'm ready to blow that onto the car, so might as well get to it. Okay, remembering that the pearl is basically translucent, you can see through it. Got to make sure that your ground coat covers well first, and then 2 coats of pearl, and it should be ready for clear. So I need 1 more coat of pearl, and we'll wrap this puppy up. Okay, so I've done my 2 coats of pearl. It's clear time. I've also shaken up my can of blending agent, so as soon as I've done the 2nd coat of clear on the jam, I'm going to hit it with this, and we'll be done. I don't like the way that first coat laid down, man. Might be doing a buff and sand or sand and buff job here. Damn it. Okay, so my first coat, very orange peely, kind of ugly. So the second coat, I just hammered it. I really laid it on, and I've got some runs. Some nasty ones in the front fender for sure. This quarter here I think is good. I don't think there's any runs on that. None that I see anyway. And I do have a couple of runs on this quarter, but you know what, runs are easier to fix than orange peel, so I'd rather have a few runs than orange peel. So I'm going to be doing some cutting and buffing, sanding out runs, but overall not too bad. I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know if the pressure was too low the first coat, but it was really shitty looking. But I also use my that blending agent, and basically all you do is, once I sprayed the clear, I just did pretty much almost the whole jam with the blending agent, and it worked out pretty good. So there's one of my runs right there. Nice one. Anyway, it is what it is. If you got runs, that means you got enough on there. So there you go, one Tricoat paint job. The color match is pretty damn good. I think they nailed it at the paint store, so I'm good with that. Yeah, I wanted to, as soon as it was dry to the touch, turn on the heat for a bit, or if it was sunny I would have put it outside and brought the next one in, but it's not sunny, it's still snowing, and so I got to keep this in here overnight for sure. So once it's dry to the touch, crank the heat up and let it rip. Yeah, and once it's dry to the touch as well, that's when we unmask it right away. So we'll I guess I'll be doing another video on cutting and buffing out runs. Oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, if you like the content, please subscribe, tell your buddies, and help spread the word and all that stuff. Like the channel, and don't be shy, leave comments, let me know what you're thinking. And yeah, if you're not doing anything else, get out in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.